The last thing we're going to look at in section 1.2, for example 1.1.2, is function notation. So you can see our function notation up here. It looks like f and then an x in parentheses. We read as f of x. And here we have the function x squared minus 3x plus 7. So when we have this notation, f of 2, that means that everywhere that we see an x, we're going to replace it with a 2. Now I use parentheses when I do that, both because it's good notation, but it will also make a difference when later we have negatives and quantities. So let's see what we get when we evaluate that. 2 squared is 4, 3 times 2 is 6, and it is still negative. And then I also have 7. And then adding those up, I get 5. So same function, now I'd like to find f of negative 1. So once again, that notation means everywhere that I see an x, I replace it with a negative 1. Now be a little careful here. If I square a negative, it turns positive. So I do get positive 1. Negative 3 times negative 1 is positive 4. And then 1 plus 4 plus 7 is 12. Alright, continuing on, I've got the same function, but now I'd like to evaluate f of a plus 1. Now that's an expression, but it's going to look the same. So everywhere I see an a, I replace it with an a plus 1. So to square something out, that means to multiply it by itself. So let's take a step and rewrite that as multiplied by itself. And then let's FOIL. I get a squared plus a times 1 is a, and similarly a times 1 is a, 1 times 1 is 1. Here as I distribute, make sure to distribute the negative sign as well to get negative 3a minus 3, and I've still got the plus 7. And then let's add up like terms. I get a squared, and then I've got a plus a minus 3a is minus a, and then plus 1 minus 3 is negative 2, plus 7 is 5. I do get an expression for my answer, but that is what we expect when we evaluate an expression. Let's do one more evaluating at an expression. I have f of x minus 2. Yes, there is an x there, but that's not going to change what my notation means. So once again, everywhere I have an x, let's replace it with an x minus 2. And I'm going to scroll that down a little bit just so I have more room. So once again, to square, that means to multiply by itself. And let's FOIL that out. I get x squared minus 2x minus 2x plus 4. Again, I distribute the negative to get negative 3x plus 6. I still have the 7. So, adding up my like terms, I've got x squared minus 2x minus 2x minus 3x is minus 7x. And 4 plus 6 is 10 plus another 7. Oh, that's a 7 there. Is a 17. And that is our answer.